Hey, we in good energy already tonight. There we go. Put this down real fast. First off, I know I'm not woke. I have to tell everybody that each time. People think I'm the spoken word artist of the night. I'm not that woke. I know I look like I curated this art. Like I could just, I walk back and can explain this whole wall to you and shit. Like see this painting right here? This is the different types of blackness you have to be when you in the workplace. You get what I'm saying? You see, you hide your black self behind your white self, and your third eye is disappointed. You know what I'm saying? This shit. Shit like that. I'm not that woke. Everybody was like, he about to do a mean spoken word poetry about black hair products and shit. Like, people always think my hair is real. I gotta let people know that shit. This is my hairline intact. I always got a hat on. People think my hat come with something. They're like, is it? This is my hair, you know. Yeah, man. People get real woke with you when you got hair like this. That's what I'm saying. They like, stay woke, brother. I'm like, I take black power naps, nigga. I gotta, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta rest every now and then. You know what I mean? I'm not woke all the time. It's too much shit going on. You know what I mean? For give a fuck about all the time. I had a brother come up to me one day. He was like, hey, man, we gotta take Aunt your mom and Uncle Ben off the shelves. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. They got little bootsy noodles. You know what I mean? Like, think I care about Aunt your mom and Uncle Ben? I don't give a damn. Like, I'm not woke, but I do celebrate Black History Month as much as I can. Like, seriously, I love being in black spaces, you know. I would curate this place if I could, you know what I mean? But seriously, like, one thing I do is I make sure that I celebrate Black History Month as much as I can, you know, like 365. One thing I do is I make sure that I, like, do things I feel our ancestors weren't allowed to do when they were alive. Like, I read books in front of white people in public places. You know, I get into it, too. I'm like, I don't like you here nor there. I don't like you anywhere. I don't like white people. No, I'm kidding. White people, all right. You know, I don't like white rappers, though. That's who I really don't. Because, yeah, white rappers don't got any struggle in their rap bars. You know what I mean? Hip-hop came from a place of struggle, you know? Even when it sounds kind of corny. You know, hip-hop was created like hip-hop, the hibbit. That shit sounds corny, but it was broken glass everywhere, you know. There was struggle in them bars, you know what I mean? Could you imagine the white Grandmaster Flash? First off, he'd be called the Grand Wizard, you know what I mean? Like, he'd be like, don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. My mom told me to make my bed. I hate that bitch. Fuck mom. I don't know what it is, white dudes hate their mama. I don't know what the fuck that shit's about. They about to shoot up schools and shit. Like, palms are sweaty, mom's spaghetti. Like, you know what I mean? Them niggas, what the fuck is up with these white dudes and their mamas, nigga? You know, black dudes, we rap beautiful things about our mothers and shit. We love our mothers. You know, we make like ballads and shit. And we got problems with our mothers too, but we just let that shit bottle up and spill off into our relationships. You know what I mean? Like, my girlfriend know about all my mama issues. My mama don't know shit. Keep that shit to myself. Yeah, so I don't want to be like too woke. I know everybody like, this nigga is blackity black. You know, I feel like we definitely get our pro-black, but we still got our pro-black problems and shit. I still have my times of black-on-black violence, you know? I don't know if anybody's ever been in a moment where you had to get into it with another black person over some simple shit. I had to beat a nigga ass over a parking spot. You ever had to do some shit like, you know? And I was mad because we got the parking spot first, and I stood up, it was across the street. I got out the car and I stood in the parking spot. And like a few minutes later, this car tried to roll up as my friend was rolling in, and he backed up in that shit. I was like, excuse me, sir, I'm sorry, but we already got the spot. And nigga was like, for who? And I was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, I knew it was gonna go down. They started arguing at some point. You know, watching two grown men fight over some little shit, you get mad yourself. I'm like, hey nigga, we just got the spot. This motherfucker, I swear to God, he put his car in reverse and he hit me with his car, you know? And this wasn't like a little tap, he put his foot on the gas, you know what I mean? Like, nigga knocked me back, I fell back. I was like, hey Keith, call the cops, man. And I don't know if y'all know this, but if you ever say call the cops to a crazy nigga, just know it's gonna go get crazier, you know what I mean? Like, ain't shit about to be calm after you say, hey, let's call the cops, you know? No, what he did next, he got out the car, he rolled up on me, he said, I ain't no motherfucking car, and he pushed me. And I don't know he rolled his whole like punch up to his ankles, right? And I don't know if y'all ever got your ass whooped in a fight before. You know what I mean? Anybody ever got their ass whooped so bad they remembered it in another fight? I got my ass whooped really bad in high school. And when this nigga rolled his shit up to his ankle, I remember this nigga named Bobby Duncan from when I was in high school. Like, I'm from Dallas, Texas. This nigga Bobby Duncan knocked the shit. He hit me so hard, this nigga hit him with a Dougie after he beat my ass. He did all this shit when he beat my ass. And I remember that shit in the middle of this parking lot brawl. And I was like, not today, Bobby Duncan. And I attacked this nigga. You get what I'm saying? Like, I went for everything that I had when I beat, woo. And I don't want to make it seem like I just like really beat this brother's ass. You know what I mean? It was two grown ass men fighting, you know what I mean, in public. It was not, we was like slipping in oil stains and shit. We was in traffic. Like, what made it worse, this shit was embarrassing. I tore his shirt a little bit. He got mad. He tore my shirt all the way down to my navel. You know what I mean? And I'm not the best built type nigga. You know what I mean? I'm not the best bodied type of dude to just be sitting here. I had a loose wife beater on that day, you know? Y'all ever seen a brother in a loose wife beater? I look like soggy bread in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Look disgusting and shit. I was like, damn. So, pick your battles. That's all I can say. Pick your black battles. If you know, make sure your undergarments are tight and clean. Oh, man. What else talk about? We'll talk about dating for a quick second. Dating's been rough for me lately. I realized I talk myself out of pussy too much. You know what I mean? Brothers, brothers ever do this? You ever talk yourself out of some pussy? Women's like, I know a nigga that done talked himself out of pussy a few times. Like, yeah, man, you gotta zip it before they flip it, nigga. You gotta. And I'm not obnoxious, right? So like, you know, I never talk too much and the girl wants to get away from me. I just end up becoming this bitch best friend, you know? She ended up getting too comfortable with me and she's like, girl, I'm like, oh, this bitch done forgot dick in the room. You know, oh, man. Like, don't forget about me, you know, like, that shit rough than a motherfucker. You know, another one that's real rough is when you tell a girl your feelings and she says, aw, you're like, oh, damn, bitch. See, she did, yeah. That's even worse. You know, you like, I just gave all my feelings to her, and she gonna hit me with an AWW. I'm gonna be her friend forever now. Damn, like, you know you ain't about to, you gotta do some wild shit to get out the friend zone when she hit you with the, you like, it's, I tried to tell my feelings to somebody once. The bitch fell asleep on me. She's, I think that's worse than an I was like, yo, I'm really trying to tell you about how I feel. She just, I'm like, there's no way you just started snoring right now. How the fuck you do that shit? Oh, man, what ends up happening, man, when you get in that friend zone, you end up doing friend zone favors. That's why you know what I mean? Women like to call me up to do everything except fucking. You know what I mean? They call me up like, hey, Armon, I need somebody to help fix some IKEA furniture. Like, hey, Armon, I need somebody to help, air my flat tire. It's never like, hey, Armon, I need some dick. I never get that. It's always some other dude. It's like I'm the handyman and the other nigga's the plumber. You get what I'm saying? Like, she know that. She's like, you got that right. I got a plumber right now. Yeah, I'm like, man, I feel used and shit. I'm a nice guy too. I'm starting to date more women with kids to be comfortable with me. Like, I'm gonna put you around there. I don't want to be around these motherfucking kids. Like, I ain't got no kids of my own. You know what I mean? Like, why you want me around all these damn kids? You like, you being real good. No, I don't. Get away from me. Sitting here in these goddamn kid conversations and shit. Overheard these kids talking about streaming their OnlyFans. They fucking me up. I ain't their daddy, you know what I mean? I didn't want to step in like that, but I felt like I had to say something. I was like, hey, you guys are way too young to be looking at porn so goddamn easy. I had to fight to see titties at 10 years old. That was a task in like 1999. First off, you had to go to your dad's stash, and for whatever reasons, dads always hide the porno better than the gun under the mattress. You know what I'm saying? Like, always find that pistol first. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to blow no bunny. I'm trying to bust nuts, nigga. I'm not trying to bust guns, nigga. Push that to the side, But yeah, once you did find the stash, you had to go back to the stash when they was knocked the fuck out sleep. They had to be sleep. They had to be like 30 miles away, And even if that was a case, you had a channel preset to swap to just in case they walked in. Nickelodeon, you know what I'm saying? Just in case. And like that was your one thing to explain yourself. Like, why your dick out? Why you watching SpongeBob? You're like, I don't know. You know, but like once you finished all your shit, you had to make sure that you went back to that stash and you had to put that VHS tape in the same exact spot you found it. But most importantly, you had to rewind that VHS tape to the scene your father last left one out, you know? That's how I got in trouble. My dad was like, I don't recall busting a nut right here. He was like, Armon, get your ass over here. Now I'm in trouble and shit. You kids in 2022, they don't have to do that bullshit. You know, kids in 2022, they just type in titties. And the internet shows them titties. These niggas don't even have to spell titties correctly. They spell it with 2 Ds. And Google autocorrects that shit for them. They're like, excuse me, young man, did you mean titties? You know what I mean? All right, that's my time. My name is Armon Tate. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Dwight. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.